Welcome to Philosophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw-Doering, and my philosophy is to believe in infinite possibilities. All right, so it is Tuesday, February 6th, I believe. Yes, and another morning show. Welcome to everyone. We'll just give everybody a little bit of time to get in here. It looks like the chat is zooming. Hello, everyone. So today we have a little bit of Gentel. We've got some thoughts over coffee, and then we're going to take some questions from the audience. Interesting stuff happening lately. I can really see how everything's coming together in the political arena and financially. For all the truthers out there, everything you've been waiting on, I can see how it's all coming together. So this is an exciting time to live, really. My part in the whole thing really is after that. And maybe just now, kind of, not that I know everything, but I've learned some things along the way, and I share with you what I've learned and what I get. If we are really moving forward into this, quote, new world that everybody talks about, it's important that the change begins within you, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your efforts, in your choices. Everything is about choices. One choice after another creates your reality. That's why sometimes when you come across somebody who's terribly negative, and they'll tell you, oh, everything always happens to me. Nothing good's ever going to happen. Nothing's ever going to change. Everything all happens to me. And then you see another person who's really, really positive. Now it's like, well, everything just kind of works out. Everything's going to be okay. And is it okay for that individual because they have faith? Is it okay because they believe it's going to be okay? Does everything happen to that other individual? Or, and you say, well, yeah, this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. Well, is it happening to them because they're expecting it to? Is it because they're so negative that they're making negative choices that lead to that? Maybe. I'm starting to think so. I'm going to move over into thoughts over coffee because I was really thinking about this morning. If I can produce my own show correctly. Bink. There you go. Let's get back over to the chat. Thoughts over coffee. Jennifer Fallaw-Doering. Today I was thinking about some things. Lots of things. So, thoughts over coffee today. What would the world be like when we have less crime, less poverty, med beds and sufficient mental care, better food and medicine, less struggle, and in turn, better parents, real drug rehabilitation, and no constant bombardment of negative programming that encourages you to be destructive and angry? Of course, there'll be the occasional villain, but will they then be the exception and not the rule? So let's say everything happens outside of our minds, outside of our lives, outside of ourselves, to fix all these problems in our society. Do we, and I hear people talk about this 3D, 5D, and then I've even heard people in the spiritual community say, well, they just don't get it because they're 3D and I'm 5D. I'm like, if you were, you wouldn't say that. You know, we really have to take some personal responsibility moving forward in the way that we think, the triggers that we choose to embrace, the energy we're putting out there through our thoughts and our deeds and our actions, the opportunities that we take, the things that we do and things we don't do. People don't like that. They don't like to hear that. They want to hear that everything's going to be fixed and then we're going to be heaven on earth and nobody will ever do anything bad again. Well, if nobody comes out and teaches them how to do that, it won't. It'll just be cleaned up for a while and then, there'll be a lot less people there'll be a lot more people that are happy, and so they won't be so desperate and everything. But let's talk about envy. Let's talk about jealousy. One of the darkest of energies. Something I resist, and it pops up, but that's most of what Jesus taught us was how to live a better life. If you take a look at the things that he said and the things that he taught, it starts inside. Okay? Not allowing these things to come in. Yeah, you're going to have feelings. Yeah, you're going to get mad. Yeah, you're going to have a bad day. Okay? It's the way you choose to look at situations that determines how much you suffer or how well you do or how well you teach or the people around you. Now, we call ourselves truthers. We call ourselves spiritual people. The new community of tomorrow. We need to start today. Sorry, somebody's calling me. Start today controlling our thoughts. Now, the number one way that evil, dark side, lower energies get to you is through your own mind. There's a suggestion. Oh, hey, you see that, you see that person who's got a nice car and a nice house and, nice clothes, and they seem happy, and, they're dropping their kids off in the circle at the elementary school, and the kids run off and they've got all the best shoes and everything else, right? You don't know what's going on in that person's house, for one. But a lot of people, and I've noticed this over the years, is they'll look at somebody like that and they'll think, why does that person have those things? Oh, life's so easy on them. Why don't I have those things? And, when you're growing up, they give you a list at school. What are you going to be when you grow up? Are you going to be a doctor? Are you going to be a lawyer? Are you going to be something from the list? And if you're anybody like me and my family, yeah. And then you end up have your own business because you have too many ideas and you get all excited about it and you want to figure out how you can do it yourself. I tend to be one of those people. For me, in the beginning of my professional life, it wasn't about money. It was about what I was doing, what my title was, and who I was helping. And along the way, I realized, after being replaced in a job, well, it took 3 people to replace me, but don't ever think you can't be replaced. And so I learned some things over the years, and I decided to find my own way. And they criticize people, the entrepreneurs, the people that go off and find their own way, all over the internet. You see, like Phil. Okay, let's talk about that. We as truthers should be standing together, and we should be happy for people. Why can't people just be happy for people? Guy's amazing. He's an amazing entrepreneur. And people tune in and let's say, what's a scammer? Okay. What is a scammer? A scammer is somebody who promises you something, takes your money, and doesn't give it to you. He's not a scammer. Yeah, he's got all kinds of irons in the fire. He's got multi-level marketing things and explains to you specifically what you need to do to be a success. Okay? Comes on and offers you products, explains to you exactly what it is, and it's up to you whether you want to buy it or not. Okay? That is not a scammer. Says he's got some intel, goes live, and gives you what he believes is intel. Okay? It's not scamming people. Now, and then there's so many people online and in these shows that will come on here and criticize people because for what they're saying, they haven't given enough. Okay, that's your expectation. That's your choice to sit in your home and spread this negative energy because of some kind of personal disappointment or personal reason. That is not divine. Okay? We should be supporting each other. We should be happy for people who are successful, rallying around those who need our prayers and our encouragement and our positive words. That's how you get there. Through love. You resist that. It's not that you just lay down, I believe everything I hear, and yeah, I'm being scammed, but, let's just be nice. No, you basically know what's going on, all right? It's when people choose to act on that little voice in your head, which is evil. Well, maybe I'll call them a name. Or maybe I'll post and I'll be, say terrible things about this person on their own show that you're viewing for free, and you keep coming back. You keep coming back. That has to stop. And if we are not advancing spiritually, emotionally, by altering, yeah, people think, well, I'm advancing by altering my behaviors, but have you heard their thoughts? No, and you probably don't want to, okay? That's the hard part, is because an action, before you even speak, comes in as a thought. Now, what I do is I have a thought. I'm like, no, that's not okay. Sorry about that, Jesus. No, so I just dismiss it. If something's none of your business, and another thing, people feel like if somebody's on TV or somebody's on, your TV on a live cast or, whatever, that they deserve to pick apart and know everything that's going on in their life. You don't. It's none of your business how somebody made their money. Unless you feel like you've been wronged and cheated out of money, how many houses they have, how much they don't have. A podcast is as simple as choosing to listen to a certain individual and accepting whether you believe what they have to say is valid or not, or entertaining or not, or whatever. This is what needs to change within the community. If we truly believe that we are the faithful, that we will go first, and we will explain it to those who have not listened, that we will teach the future generations how to live a better life and how to be. We need to start now. And all these people jumping on chat saying terrible things, it really says a lot more about them than the person who's talking. I got people coming to me all the time. I'm the psychic lady, or the prophet or whatever you want to call it. The only reason I get any of that information is because I have faith. And I take my faith seriously, and I have personal connection, my personal connection with God. Whether that comes out wrong or it comes out right, my intentions are true. Okay? I am not going to answer questions about somebody else and whether they're a good person or a bad person or whatever. That's up to God and them. Okay? If you don't like what they're putting out, hang it up. Stop listening. Everything is your choice. And this is not just about our community and those within it. This is about you in your family. Take a moment, count to 10, take a step back. How should I react in this situation? You do not have to react violently in every situation. You do not have to jump to offense. You do not have to be jealous of people. Your life is exactly how it is because of every choice that you have made. And people say, well, no, I didn't choose. This person in my house has been doing this to me. Or this person in my life did this to me. It's everybody else's fault why my life is the way it is. No, it's not. And that's the hardest part. Because when you start understanding that you have to be responsible for the choices and the ripple effect that comes after each choice, that's the growth. That's when you really grow. And that's the path I've been walking. That's hit me right in the face many times. Just as simple as like when I was widowed at 34 with 2 children. My husband was killed by a drunk driver on his way home from work. Just talked to him on the phone. And I did. I blame that drunk driver. All my problems are because of him. And you let that fester and it can eat you up. But what direction would that have taken me? Not a good one. And then I realized that there was a point in time before I got together with their father. I knew he was wild. There was a point a long time ago when I knew him, and he was all, oh man, that man hit on me for like 3 years in a row. Finally gave in. We worked together. He actually worked for me. And I wouldn't go out with him because he worked for me. And one time his life was such a mess, my God. And I was driving home, in my cute little car that I'd worked so hard to have, to my, little apartment that I lived by myself, and, and off to college, to my classes at night. Nobody could touch me. Nobody could change anything. And I was safe in my little spot, right? And I thought, I am so glad his problems are not mine. And then what did I do? I don't know. Within a matter of 6 months, I decided, yeah, let's make all those problems mine. I made the choice. And I thought, well, I can change him. That man put himself in dangerous situations all the time. Everybody was surprised he was alive. And I'm sorry about the lighting. It does this when I move. I don't know how steady I have to stay. But I became aware over time, after the grief starts to die down and you start thinking about things, that I chose to be with somebody like that. And because I did, there was a lot of good that came from it. I got my girls. We were married. I got my girls. And those girls taught me the depths of true love. Um, but I made that choice to be with him. And so that ripple effect played out. And do you choose not to try? Do you choose not to love? Do you choose to stay in your still safe spot? Well, that's no fun. All right, that's not living. So no. But we have to understand, I chose to be with this person, even somebody who is with an alcoholic, and years have gone by, 15, 20 years have gone by, and you're like, I just can't take it anymore. All of my worries are because of this man. All of this pain is because of this man. Well, truth of the matter is you saw it in the beginning, and it was kind of okay, and you chose to stay. And I know they don't listen, but we have to understand that what we put out there, what comes out of our mouth, and even your thoughts, is going to create your reality. It's going to dictate your vibration. You know, I don't believe in the whole 3D 5D thing. I believe that with more education on how things are really happening, things will change. And if there is less poverty and suffering and mental illness and true cures and all these things, things will change because people as a whole will be happier. They will be well. They will have less strife. But there will always be the choice whether to envy someone or whether to take that time and take that cue from those bad guys to try to influence somebody else to envy them or hate them too. Everybody that gets on a screen in this community, well, maybe not everybody, I guess there's some bad guys out there, really don't know. But to jump to conclusions and to assume that somebody is a criminal or somebody is purposely deceiving you, you don't have enough information for that. And you may just be contributing to the giant problem that we're all trying to fix. Lead by example. God-centered conscious creation is what I am learning about, is what I will eventually teach, and who knows where that'll go on from there. I know some things, but half the time I have no idea what I'm doing. I lean on God, I lean on Jesus, I lean on faith. But there's people that come to me, step in for like 2 minutes and want to say, oh, no, you're evil. I'm like, man, if you knew me, you would think that was so ridiculous. You have not gathered enough information. I mean, if somebody's sitting in their home, and I'm talking about bots and people that were paid to do so, I'm talking about real people. They're sitting in their home, tuning into shows, and criticizing people when they're out there doing their thing. Why are you there? It really says a lot more about you than anybody else. I believe this kind of thing should be frowned upon. You see somebody in there saying terrible things about somebody, spreading false information, we as a community should band together and say, no, that behavior is no longer accepted. If you don't have anything positive to offer, bye-bye. That's what we need to do. I'm actually very impressed with Phil. I mean, that guy's worked it. I'm happy for him. Good for you. I mean, and we should be happy for everybody. I had a friend, Steph, best friend ever. I guess I met her in I think it was sophomore year or something. That woman has throughout her life, she's been okay, but she's had more sometimes than other times, but she is always over the top happy for you for absolutely everything. Oh, I got some new shoes. Oh my God! Those are amazing shoes. Good for you. That's awesome. And I'm like, God, I got to be more like that. Just a ray of sunshine, just the best person you ever met in your entire life. And B, we need to be the light in the room. Because when you do that, it spreads. But if you're the negative one in the room, that spreads fast too. And they know that. And that is why they're in control of our programming. That is why they send out these bad people, because you get us all in a group together. We start getting positive, don't we? It starts spreading. Oh, no, we can't have that positive vibration. Let's send in a couple people in there to ruin the whole thing. And I'm not just talking about people who are paid. These are the bad guys, little devil on your shoulder. And they will try to sabotage any happiness that you create. So, you want to say you're evolved? You want to say you're spiritual? You want to say go to church and let everybody see you being a good person? Great, go to church, but mean it when you pray. You can't just go to church and let everybody see you and everybody think that you're a good person and then go home and cut down your family members and make everybody around you miserable. You're not doing it right. It's not about that. It's about being love and consciously making a choice to either be the dark cloud in the room or the ray of light. So, anybody else wants to come to me and ask me if so-and-so is good or so-and-so cheated on their wife and their baby, is their real baby, or, none of that crap is any of my business or yours. You have the ultimate choice in who you listen to and what you do. We need to take responsibility for our thoughts and our actions and our words and the way that we affect everybody around us. And that's how we get to the heaven on earth. It's not some instant thing. Now I'm going to address 5D, 3D, whatever this concept is. People sit around and make stuff up. And then if enough people talk about it, they believe it. And this is my opinion. But what I've learned, and the way the angels and Jesus and God have taught me things over many, many years, is nothing fast sticks. You're going to learn. Then you can have some time to apply it until you really know it, until it becomes part of who you are, until you can turn around and teach somebody else, and then they'll teach you some more. Okay? I also know what I've seen in the healings. People come to me broken and battered. I even had a woman come to me once, never give you her. It said, I have herpes and I deserve it and I know why I got it. I've been promiscuous. Sweetest woman in the world, by the way. And I just want to ask Jesus if he will take this from me, because I am remorseful and I have changed and I don't want this. Can you help me? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'll definitely try. I just basically walk into meditation and call the soul in, and we stay on there with Jesus and God light up above him. And he tells me what to do. And we do a divine remote healing in meditation. I said, I'll do my best. Well, that woman had paperwork that said that she had this. And then I did the healing. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That woman walked in there. He embraced her. Cried my damn eyes out. All right. Embraced her. I saw him take it from her. And then 2 weeks later, she emailed me back with paperwork that says she no longer has it. That's the kind of love I'm talking about. That's the kind of things that I have witnessed. You don't just go to some 5D and leave, children and teenagers and people who have not learned yet to suffer. That is not divine. That is not the depth of God's love that I have witnessed. Okay? If we ever get to that place, and which we probably will, it's going to start inside your mind, inside your heart, and grow. And as the ones that have gone will go first, the ones who know now, we need to start now. So I don't want to see anymore. Anybody who's listening to the sound of my voice and you think you're so smart and you can just jump out there and start talking bad things about people who are trying to keep you going. First of all, it's terribly ungrateful. I need to stop doing that. So, yeah, there's going to be times I'm going to get on here and I'm going to kick everybody's ass like a mom does, but that's the way it's going to be. You don't like it? Then I must have hit a chord. What we need to be as we move forward is truth, but truth is love. Yes, we need to highlight all these terrible things that have happened so that people know and so that we don't do it again. But we do not have to dwell within the energy of those stories and those situations. No, we need to start today and take every opportunity to be that ray of light in the room. Okay? And maybe for a long time you'll be a beacon of light. And what is a beacon of light? Kind of have to be surrounded by darkness to be a beacon of light. Okay, but pretty soon, the more lights that join together, darkness cannot exist where there is light. So, be the truth and be what you say that you have become. Jealousy does not fit in there. All right, that's my thoughts for the day. Thoughts over coffee for the day. Yeah, I'm a brat, but that's the way it goes. All right. Gentle. I don't have very much today because I'm kind of doing this on a daily basis now, but got a little bit. Interdimensional Meditation by Jennifer Fallaw-Doering for February 6, 2024. A lot of times the problem here is I don't know what to ask. I get so busy and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What the heck do I ask? So I asked, why is Putin in the news lately? What is his role? We did get a little bit more. We got information from that yesterday. Today, Archangel Gabriel said to expose cross-border communications, trafficking, and those who facilitate it. I think that's why we got the Tucker Carlson interview. I think it's backing up what all the patriots are saying about the problem with our border. And he'll probably go out there or has gone out there and said, well, it's a problem. And everybody knows it. So that's why we're hearing from him. I guess it was last week or the week before when the whole Russia hint started. Like, watch Russia, something's going to go on with the Russia. And it wasn't like a war. It was just, well, the first thing I heard about Russia was Russian spies or Russian skies. Sound like spies. And then yesterday in the Gentle, what do we get for that? Excuse the messy Gentle. Yesterday I had a pen that was, and yes, I should type this up, but that is not a creative atmosphere for me. I can't do that while I'm in meditation. I could do it later, but then I get busy with clients and everything else, and this is the way it is. I write things in spiral notebooks I have forever. It's not going to change, okay? Unless I got some, nice little person who wants to be my secretary and type everything up for me. Probably don't have time for that. So what did we watch the news about Russia. We got that yesterday, and then we got an interview today. But I think we should still just kind of be watching that situation. Um, there's something important about it with the tying up loose ends to get this whole thing done. Okay. Yesterday, the Gentel was the plan for the RV news. The plan, they plan on are expected to put out notifications on Thursday or Friday this week if all goes well. And then I heard talks with Russia. Russia is in charge of compliance, not for the financial part, but I think for the military, security across the world. Watch for news about Russia. And this week we'll see fallen values of the dollar, the stock market, certain crashes. Today, for RV news, I hate to put this out there. Rate news and posting for IQD this week. And that is as of this moment in time, and if nobody screws it up and pushes it off again. Okay. Also, watch the movement with Vietnam. We're so hyper-focused on Iraq. Watch Vietnam. Stuff's happening this week with Vietnam. And then in the news today, more talks of invasion across the border and timelines circulating today. And I don't know what timelines those are for, but let's see, are these positive timelines we're putting out here? Mostly accurate. Okay, so we'll see how that works out. Let's see, what time are we at? I do have clients at 10 my time. All right, we got 15 minutes before I have to go. So let's get to some questions. If you have questions for me, get them up there. I don't have the ugly glasses on, the ones where I can see. So fine print. So we're going to put these up on the screen. We do have a lot of people saying good morning. Yeah, I need mods. I have to do that. I've got to, I got to get some people in here. I just don't have very many haters. There's always one that pops up once in a while, But it's like, I love my community of people, and it's not like giant with millions of people and stuff, but, do you think I could handle that? Well, I don't know. Depends on, I guess, roll with the punches. But the people in my chats and that have found me and listened to me, it's just, oh my gosh, it's the best people ever. I mean, most loving people ever. I'm so lucky. All right, so let's get down here and see if anybody's throwing some questions. Okay. All right, let's do this one. Oh, God, taxes. Yeah, let's hope that's taxes and debt. Can we just if anybody, up there has any say, can we just, if you could just wipe off or push off the taxes and, zero out the debt, that would help humanity and the United States immensely. I mean, if you need more time, we could just do that. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Everybody's feeling that way, hon. I know. Okay. Karen. Um, okay, well, my sister's conservator be capable to help my sister retrieve funds from her trust. I need to get new glasses. I'm waiting on them. They're supposed to be here any day. Dental care, physical therapy, second opinion. Okay. Um, in time, it's kind of going to be a process. It's going to be it's going to be annoying, but yes, eventually, yes. Oh, that's great. Says her mom with dementia has heard beautiful music in her head, even though she is deaf. That's beautiful. Wonderful. I don't I think they had the interview. I saw something about people starting to put transcripts out, but I didn't have time to read it this morning about the interview with Putin and Tucker. So I am 100% responsible for everything. Yes, everything, situations, circumstances show up. It is an ongoing process. Listen, anybody comes out there and tells you they've mastered spirituality and everything else, they haven't learned much at all. Because the one thing that I've learned along the way with all this stuff is the more I learn, the more questions there are. The more questions there are, there's more to learn. There's a reason why Jesus told us to be humble. Why? So is it so we stay in our place? No. It's so that you don't resist the cues from the little devil sitting on your shoulder that wants you to be all of these negative things and angry and jealous and egotistical and all that. There's difference between confidence and ego. Okay? I remember that back when Donald Trump was running, everybody talked, oh, what an ego. Oh my God, the ego. I'm like, you know what? That's confidence. Um, and he needs it. Okay, I have a male dog named Oreo. He's been attacking my other dogs. I know he has anxiety, but I don't know why he's in pain. He doesn't want anybody to get near him, take him to the vet. Marie had a job interview last week. Wants to know if she's going to get the job. Yes. I would say that's true. Slacker Wannabe says in Phil's recent lives, he said that the war has taken so much longer because of traitors. Yeah. Yeah. You can have a certain amount of your vacation or your plan or your strategy planned out in a business and in anything. And then you have things that pop up along the way, and that's life. And that's because of the choices of people. Um, so absolutely. Absolutely. We've seen the delay in the RV and everything else with everybody who's trying to stop it and get in the way and all these people they're weeding them out. Yeah, all kinds of reasons for delays, but at some point in time, and what I'm getting lately is that if it's true what I said on the show on Mike's show yesterday about the distribution of gold, and that happened a long time ago in order for them to create their currencies and everything, that's all the plans in place. How long would it take worldwide to get everybody in compliance, to have in every little country where, okay, well, we got this over here that's going on. Now we got a bad guy over there that's dropping bombs, or we've got something that's getting in the way. We have this person in office who's voting the wrong way. And now worldwide to set all this up from the SAR to SAR, it's going to take a long time. And it has taken a long time. And that is the number one goal because, what is the enemy's power? They wouldn't have power over programming if they didn't have the money to do it. That's what we have to take. Will I be happy moving forward with the white label company I'm looking at? Yes. Cool. I got excited about that. Can you tell me if my cat Rocco gets better or if I need to take him to the vet? Well, if there is ever that question, take him to the vet. Does Rocco get better? Some. But I think might be older cat. I went to pay my Kohl's bill and it said settlement beside it. What does that mean, do you think? I really can't comment that. I don't know unless you have let that bill go for a very long time. It's no longer there. Maybe they've just written it off the books or something. I have no idea. Susan Gretz. That's my girl. If you have haters, you're doing something right, probably. But why does it even have to be that way? When are you going to write your books? I have many books to write. I'm in talks with a very close friend of mine who is an amazing author because I don't have the time to sit down and actually do all the writing and the editing right now because I have to, take care of family, a house, the readings and the make a living and all that. And the books are sitting on the desk and you just don't get to it. It's been that way for years and I beat myself up about it all the time. But I have a friend who has agreed to transcribe, write down and edit things for me to put these books together. So that is something that I am moving into now. And the first will be the exploration of the levels of heaven through interdimensional meditation. And those podcasts, I will be adding to that. I will be going back in and getting more. But those podcasts are on jenniferfallaw.com. If you look up at the top, you have certain tabs. Most people just go to the first page, but there is a Level of Heaven series there that are audio. You can listen to them while you're at work, cleaning the house, whatever you want to do. But I went back 2 or 3 times to each level of heaven and reported about what it's about, what it looks like, and it's really cool. If you're grieving, it's great. Okay. Mary, my husband Dave has surgery tomorrow for gallbladder. Do you see everything going okay? Let me ask Jesus. So it does take a little longer than planned. But it goes okay. He wakes up. I think maybe he stays a night or maybe 2 nights and then he goes home. Oh, question above about Phil. Okay, that's the wrong one. Okay. Will my father's recovery go well or has he given up? 3rd stroke. All right. Maria BJ. see. Somehow he's really not in his right mind to listen to what everybody tells him he's supposed to do. There's something off there. So I think there's some damage. So it's really not all his fault if he's not, um, sticking to the rehab. Um, really needs like somebody to take care of him all day long and make sure he does what he needs to do. All right, where are we at with time? Okay, got to get going. So let's do one more. I'm usually so positive. My anxiety's through the roof. I have the hardest time with work stress pushing me to a breaking point. I pray Jesus helps me now. This is what I'm talking about. Been there many times. And when I go there and I allow myself to focus on how stressed I am and how much I have to do and how much I can't catch up and how many, and everything around, everybody's coming to you, everything's falling down around you. You just need to stop for a minute. That's when, like we were saying on Real News Live yesterday, that's when you give the steering wheel to Jesus and you say, okay, this is what I need to see because I'm struggling and I need help now. Now, let me see your miracles in my life. And then you tell him, this is what I need to see. Anxiety is an overabundance of fear accumulated for a long time. And if you're like me and you like to bottle everything up and stick it way down the side, you'll have physical anxiety symptoms. But other people just, and some people have physical problems and reasons for that. But the way you react to something is your choice, and that's a hard one. It's a hard one. If you don't have some physical condition that's beyond your control, and to start your day out saying, well, I got to do all this stuff I don't want to do today, but you know what? I'm going to enjoy myself in every moment of this day. I don't have to do any of this alone. I'm going to walk this day with Jesus. I'm going to walk this day with God. I'm going to be as positive as I possibly can. And just notice how many times you take information in about a situation, you witness something, you view something, and how many times do you turn that into negative? If somebody hands you a sandwich, oh, what is it's peanut butter sandwich? Well, I'd really rather have pizza, but thanks. Just eat it, dude. And, be grateful for it. Somebody went in the kitchen when you were running around like a madman to get off work, made you a sandwich. It's love all over that thing. Eat it. The way I explain things, I don't even care. It's silly. It is. I am silly. So, but we got to, this is what my thoughts were this morning. It's like, and I do it to myself. I'm not like void of this. I do this too. And that's why I know, because I've played with it. I'm like, okay, the dog's sick and it's like, I've got a million things to do and everything's broken and dirty and I have to do that too. And I have to do all these things because some of them thinking, okay. Now, one thing at a time, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 moment at a time if you have to. And realize that you're alive and you're kicking and you're still here. And every moment that has gone before now is absolutely gone and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. All you have is this moment on. How are you going to spend it? I have to remind myself, okay, well, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to be thankful that I have a house to clean and animals to take care of. I'm going to be thankful that the kids are bugging me because they're still around. And I'm going to be thankful that, for everything. Try that. All right, guys, I could talk for hours, but I do have a client who's going to call me any minute now, so I'm going to have to get going. But I will be on Real News Live tomorrow. at 10 a.m. if Mike Barra is well enough to do so. If you would like a reading from me, you can go to jenniferfallaw.com. And all kinds of stuff over there, readings, healings. If you cannot afford a healing, email me anyway. Don't wait. Now, hopefully I don't get like thousands of them because that's going to take a while. But I do a lot of free work. Now, people don't have to have readings, but if you need a healing and you want to try it, you think it's going to help, email me. I'm usually a couple days behind on my email, sometimes more. Also, join me on, not that one, Bink, there we go. Join me on Telegram. We're having a great time over there. I mean, that's where I'm at all day long when I pop in. That's where I say, put up digital information. That's where you're going to find Jennifer Fallaw-Doering on Telegram. Is going to have the running list of the shows and the Gentel notes that I post there. Please share my shows. I don't think we're going to get banned for anything. I don't think we said anything bad. And I will be back here for another philosophy show on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you then. Have a great day. Stay positive.